Hello, my Orlando drag worshippers, my spooky fans near and far, and welcome to another powerful and deeply radiant episode of Unholy Encounters. Of course, I'm your genderfluid party demon, Samara Hex Di'Angelo, guiding you through another night of unfiltered truth, legacy, and iconic worship. Because tonight's guest, she is not only a mother, a singer that could summon storms with her voice, a lip sync assassin, a queen whose name is etched into foundation of Orlando drag, but a multi-crown pageant lesson, and one of my role models, Angelica Sanchez.
Yay.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good today. I've been excited for this interview. So
Let's do it.
so just so I want to say, let's get into this journey of yours.
Okay.
You've taken crowns, raised children, played stages, and carved your name into Orlando drag scene, not only just Orlando, but all throughout Florida and across the nation. The things you have achieved, can we just make some noise for that before we begin? I mean, honestly, what has that been like from then to now?
Well, I guess it's been over the course of oh wow. So I guess next year will make 30 years of me living here in Orlando.
Yeah.
I moved when I graduated in 96 and just coming back and forth here because my drag mother Stasha lived here and she was originally from Jacksonville as well, like
Mm,
myself. And it was just always a little safe space that I could come to. And we had our Orlando family here and just uh, doing drag and going to clubs and performing and doing
yes.
talent shows. So it kind of all started there. And I
So
was
it
able to
started
just
in Jacksonville.
I'm sorry, go
So it
ahead.
started in Jacksonville?
Yeah, I started in Jacksonville out of high school. Maybe when I was in coming out of 10th grade, that
Yeah.
summer of 10th grade was like, oh, okay, now we sneaking into the clubs and all that kind of stuff. And it's kind of when I like really came out the closet and just really started to be my authentic self and actually started transitioning around that time as well.
Hmm.
Like doing my hair, nails, and stuff, coming to school with makeup on. So like my senior year, I pretty much did kind of an androgynous kind of like
Yeah.
they would call me a girl, but folks knew what I was after
Yes.
that. Yeah. But I started there in Jacksonville. I always loved singing, dancing, anything that had to do with the arts. I was pretty much a part of it. And seeing drag was a way for me to finally be like the leading lady I always wanted to be.
And now you're a fucking Orlando legend and an icon out here. Everybody, when they hear Angelica's voice, they're always like, "Oh my God, she's here!"
It's kind of crazy that people see me that way, but I just been doing my thing and making myself happy, but trying to make other people happy in the process too.
Yeah. Well, I can say you've made me happy. I always like get happy when I see your performances, but I know you gave me advice throughout drag as well. So I want to say thank you, Angelica.
No problem. I just ask that other people do the same for somebody else because somebody did it for me.
Yes. Well, you've been wrapped in love from the moment you stepped onto a stage, from your sisters, your family, your children, your fans, and even queens who came before you. What does that kind of love feel like, especially from all of those kind of people?
I think it's also a testament to the way I love them
Yeah.
and them giving it back to me. It does feel really good. Sometimes it's a little overwhelming. It is humbling. And I think also I try not to take it for granted because there's been times where I have felt like maybe people didn't think of me or forgot about me or in those rough times that I may have had and things of that nature. But I think the general census when it comes to me is that I would like to say that I'm loved and I am loved.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you can definitely see like the love from like every time that you perform, and every time you just walk them into a club. Like I told you, they're always all over you, being like, can I have mother's love? Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's sweet.
So let's be real. What is your experience when you walk into a room and people light up? What's it like to be that queen, the one people want to hug to celebrate and feel close to?
Like I said, it feels good. I think sometimes it's a responsibility as
Hmm.
well because people expect that from you, and it means that you have to be on for them when you get there.
Yeah,
I tell people my job is not just being on stage and what I do on stage, it's also how I conduct myself off stage, and if I'm making sure that the people that spent their money to come see us are having a good time, because without them we ain't got nobody to perform
yeah,
for.
that part.
So,
Yeah.
I think it's that's the responsibility of it, and that's why like a lot of people probably wouldn't realize this if they don't know me. Know me, I'm really a homebody. I'm kind of introverted, and I kind of need that because that's where I do my refueling, so that
Mhm.
I can be okay when I'm out around people, because I don't want to bring bad energy, because I know that's what people expect of me, is to bring good energy. So I
Yes.
try my best to do the things that I need to do so that I'm in a good space when I get to work. Now, do I do it all the time? Not all the time, because sometimes like when I have my Friday nights, I have to be not only Angelica Sanchez, the performer, I have to also be Angelica Sanchez, the promoter, and making sure that things are running the way they're supposed to be ran. And sometimes that means you got to be a bitch, to get
Yeah.
something. Unfortunately, because with me being that loving and kind person, sometimes that's taken for granted.
Mhm.
And sometimes people see your kindness as a weakness, but sometimes you got to get things done. So if it means me being called a bitch in that moment, I'm okay with that as long as we get it done.
I don't think it's being called a bitch, but I think you just taking charge of like,
Yeah, being a boss, but most times
yeah.
when a woman first, especially a trans black woman, does something, then that's the conversation that gets around it. If it's a
Yeah.
man, then they just saying, "Oh, you bossed up, you did what you're supposed to do." But I find that, yeah, things get done quicker when a man asks versus a woman.
Well, damn. And surprised because women are strong in the world today.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But that's what makes us strong, is because you got to go through all of that just to get it done.
Yeah. Mhm. Well, we have so much more to dive into, so many layers to peel back, and it's time for my favorite section of what I like to call Inferno Revelations.
All right.
Now, before we venture any deeper into the underworld, we have to pause and talk about the weight of honor. You're not just celebrated, you're canonized, not only as an Orlando icon, but as a legend. So, Angelica, how did it feel to be officially honored, recognized, and uplifted for everything you poured into the community?
It's a good feeling. I think everything and everyone wants to be appreciated.
Hmm.
And over the last couple of years, I can say, especially working at the Ren, there's a level of appreciation that I've gotten from there that is one of the reasons why I'm so happy to come there, to be honest.
Yes.
um,
I mean, they call you house mother over there now.
yeah, and it's
Yeah.
like, you work really, like, I've been doing this for so long, and like all the stuff I went through at Pulse, and even before then, like I've never been the girl who was able to be on these cast members and things of that nature. I've always been a person who had to figure out how many nights can I get a work, can I
Yeah.
work, and just hit the ground running. My talent made way for me, but it has not been an easy task at the same
Mhm.
time. So to feel appreciated from a group of people and to have somewhere to call home again, it really does feel good.
Well, you're not just a queen, you are a walking resume of excellence. So, Give me a second to run down this pageant list if you don't mind.
Okay.
So we have Miss Florida FI at Large 2017, Miss Gay US of A at Large 2013, Miss Gay Georgia US of A at Large 2012, Miss Large and Lovely 2011, Miss Gay Florida US of A at Large 2009, Miss Sweetheart International Plus 2006, Miss Duval 2006, Miss Continental Plus 2004. I mean, that hard work alone, and like that's a lot. And I know like this is best based on my research. I know it's probably more than Angelica has like done, but my question is what was going through your mind when you stood in the moments of victory, knowing how many crowns you have claimed and how many stages you have owned?
Well, I lost a lot of pageants too. And I think that's what people forget. Is that even like, okay, so I won Continental Plus in 2004. So
Mhm.
last year was my 20-year anniversary of winning that. And this year made it 20 years of me relinquishing the title. So before that, like I told you, I graduated in 96. So I
Yeah.
really pretty much started drag in 94. So I was blessed. I look back at it now, it felt like forever. And realizing that I was really young, I wasn't even 21 when I started competing in some
Mm.
of these pageants. And even the famous Electric Youth that everybody watches is from Miss Gay Nationals at Large, and I was only 20 years old. So even if I would have won the pageant, I probably couldn't have gotten all the clubs
Mm.
that I would have had to go to even do the preliminaries. But um, it feels good knowing that I won those pageants, but it's the things that built my character from losing those other pageants that helped the
Yes.
wins be so great. I realize now that it felt like it took forever to win something, but it wasn't even 10 years later that I was a national title holder. So I thank God for that. But it was one of the things that winning Continental Plus as your first
Mm.
national pageant, wherein it was really maybe the third title I've ever really had, because I would go to these prelims and probably end up being first alternate but not win. Even when I won Continental Plus, I went under as a first alternate,
You were still
uh,
runner up.
but I went back and won. So yeah, it feels good to have those wins. It feels good to feel like your hard work was appreciated.
Yeah.
um And as you can see throughout those years, I'm the type of person who takes breaks because pageants were to help me get more shows so I could
Mhm.
work more.
Mhm.
So that was really the main reason why I wanted to do pageantry, was because it would get me more work. I would be able to charge more for the work
Mhm.
and just kind of get me nationally known to travel around the country.
Well, I could say just because you lost, like RuPaul always says, losing is the new winning.
Yeah, and you need it. It's gonna build character. You can't win
Yes.
everything. And I've had friends that won things as soon as they came out the gate, but sometimes that ended up hurting them in the long run because
Hmm.
they didn't know how to lose. But losing builds character, and it makes you realize that maybe there are some things that you can go back to the board and correct or make better and polish you up and make you better.
Yeah. And I feel like, Angelica, I will say, like, after seeing all of your performances and how much I see how much people actually like love you with all of these awards that you've won, because it takes a lot to do a pageant. I would never do a pageant. That's just me. But I know how
Never
much
say
like hard
never.
work that you do. Well, I
Never
know
say never. Maybe the pageant that's for you hasn't been created yet. You never know.
that's called RuPaul's Drag Race right there. But and the so we have to talk about we can't have this conversation without acknowledging Pulse. We'll talk more in depth about it later, but I want to gently ask, what did that night feel like for you when it happened?
So the night that it happened for me, it was a really good night.
Mm,
Me and my best friend Chevelle, we worked at Southern Nights that night. I wasn't even working at Pulse, and when I look back at it, um, I wasn't supposed to work at Pulse that night. I was supposed to, but then I was taken off, and then some stuff happened or whatever.
Yeah.
And so I kind of looked back at it, and I was like, was God really trying to keep me away from there? But I had to take my ass there. But it was a really good night, just fun. We left Southern and we went over there to see some more of our friends and stuff. Plus, Pulse was just that was my spot. That was my club.
Yeah.
Like I do whatever I want there. And plus, it was late night. We could hear the music we wanted to hear, and we went over there. We had a good night. But when all of that happened at 212, it just kind of shifted and changed everything. It's a lot of it that I remember, but I don't remember.
Yeah.
And it was just a horrible experience. The thing for me that most impacted me was sound, because I was on the back patio when everything happened. And so I was able to take the employee back hallway to the dressing room, where I actually ended up staying for the next 3 hours. I don't think we got out of there until about 5 in the morning. And we was just buckled and locked in, me, Axel, and a couple of other people that I let in the dressing room.
Yeah. And it's less like a tragic like loss for all of our community as well.
Yes, yes. And I'm grateful that I didn't have to see anything. I'm grateful that I made it out of there that night. I'm also grateful for the people that did make it out. I wish everyone could have. And I'm grateful for the journey that I've experienced since then. It has not been an easy one. It's still a journey, but I feel like I'm on the other side of some things now.
Yeah. And it's great that we still like see like entertainers such as like you, Axel. I know Roxy was during that time as well, but there's a long list of them. But I'm glad that we still see a lot of those entertainers still performing today.
Yes, yes. And I would say it wasn't an easy thing to go back in a club, but I was back performing. That happened Saturday night, going into Sunday morning, and Tuesday night I was performing again.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think I had to push myself to do that. Otherwise, I would have been afraid to just go into any club.
Yeah, that's what I was about to ask you
You
because I
know,
was reading an article with you. How did it feel going into like that Tuesday, the next like few days?
I kind of was on autopilot,
Hmm.
because autopilot and in shock
Yeah.
for a lot of it, kind of wrapping your brain around what's happened to you. Because, like I said, I didn't have to see anyone get shot. I didn't have to see any blood. I
Yeah.
literally went down that back hallway, and I was trying to go out the back door, but I saw all those people running in. So I'm a black girl from Jacksonville, baby. People like the girl and things, and people bring guns to the club all the time. I have
Hmm.
been in several shootouts just being a black child, so hearing gunshots wasn't new, which is sad, but it was new to me being in my safe space and this
Hmm.
was happening. And then realizing this isn't just an altercation with someone, this
Yeah.
is an act of violence happening to us right now. That this is the shit that we think only happen in movies.
Hmm.
This man is actually in here trying to just kill people for no reason.
That's why I look to it as like all we can do is remember and honor those that we've lost.
Yeah. And our defiance should be us having queer joy and having our safe spaces and making sure we support them and things of that nature. That's how we define what happened, is that
Yeah.
we keep dancing for those 49 that lost their lives that night.
Well, I will say, going more into it, if we let me see. Yeah. So let's talk legacy again, this time from the mother's point of view. You've been a guiding light through OTR, your house mother, and a force at the Ren. where you're also a regular fixture. What does it mean for you to be booked, not just to perform, but to lead in the very same places?
It's an honor. I always wanted to try and be a person who leads by example.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I know you all see me as that, but I'm just
Yes.
like you. I'm just trying to work and trying to make way for my gift, and as my gift makes way for me. But the mother part of it, I like is the respect that I am given. That you all do listen to me and do honor my advice, and also that I learn from you all as well. I think that's the key to life is teaching people what you've been taught,
Mhm.
but also being willing to not only learn from those that have been there before you, but
Yeah.
those that come from behind as well, because you can learn a old dog can learn new tricks. So I think that's the thing that I take mostly when it comes to being mother at the Ren, and
Yeah.
just the respect that I get from everybody. It's a collective group of people that come from all different backgrounds and different sexualities and nationalities and all that stuff. But the one common thing is the love that is in that place. So we
Yeah.
got to really, really continue to honor it, and for me to be able to just be somewhat of a little part of it, I'm honored and blessed.
It is like that's important that we have like not only the safety but love and also like acceptance there. I know like every time because I usually get booked at Savoy Wednesdays, so I usually go like sometime for the rent and go around the corner, see what they're up to.
Yeah, and I like that aspect about those two places being so kind of close together too, because it
Yes.
kind of gives us that old feel of downtown, like bar hopping, and can get over here to see this show, but then can go over and see the other people on this show over here as well.
That's what we should be doing as a community, like
Mhm.
in as drag artists, supporting one another.
Yeah,
So we also have to mention the gig you sat on the judges panel, mentored rising queens, and helped shape the next generation. What has been that experience like from the other side of the spotlight?
I really, really enjoy it.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm ready for her to come back. I was just supposed to do one spot, and then it kind of just, I guess, the camaraderie we had together, and then I guess with what I'm able to bring as far as knowledge and history is it's kind of everything in one little bunch, and I love it. I love it so much because, like, I do get to mentor, but also I get to explain why I feel the way I feel about these certain things. I get to also give history and knowledge of why we do some of the things we do
Mhm.
when it comes to drag, when it comes to makeup, when it comes to hip padding, where it should go, where it should start, why we do these things this way because a woman's shape is this and
And
not,
some of these girls don't
showing.
even wear body. Let's just say that.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
So, and then I talk about all of that because I've been trying to be a little more flexible
Mhm.
with the way drag is presented now. Because
Yes.
from where I come from, there's a 101 and certain things just have to be done.
Mhm.
Yeah. But I love the gig. And it makes me want to do more things like that.
Well, do you know what team you're on based on the top three? I'm gonna be shady real quick.
No.
No.
I ain't giving nothing. Because it's, wait a minute. We have a reunion this week?
Reunion is this week, and the finale doesn't happen until next week, I believe.
Yeah, but I think we're doing something this Wednesday.
So the reunion
Maybe
is
we're filming
Wednesday.
maybe we're filming the winner this week. I don't know. I know I'm supposed to be there on
I,
Wednesday.
I know what last time I talked to like Coco and Mikey before Mikey went out of like things I can't say right now. But yeah, so
She's
she
visiting
told
her mom or something at a lake, right?
yeah. But yeah, so basically she had told me last time I came that we're shooting the finale, and then you know how Drag Race works, where it's like multiple winners. That's what
Yeah.
they're trying to do, and then they'll edit it
Well,
in
we did
after.
shoot the multiple winners, but I think we're supposed to announce
Yeah.
it this Wednesday, if that makes sense.
Well, let's just wait and see.
And then that will be the recording of the announcement, I believe.
Hmm.
I don't know. It's something like that. Or maybe we see the finale this week and we live record it. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, it's something.
So let's also shout out Platinum Friday, the staple of Orlando nightlife. You're not just the host, you're the entertainment director. How do you juggle the artistry, logistics, the power, and the glamour of it all?
Well, when it comes to Platinum Fridays, that's actually it was started at Pulse, and it was a hip hop night that was geared towards Black queer people, but it was for everybody. And we love the fact that Barbara even took a chance on our community because with the Black community, a lot of people didn't uh, want us to do different things at their establishments because we don't get to the club to damn at 12 o'clock and then drinks
Yeah.
stop at 2. But what Barbara realized is that she was able to really make a lot of money in those 2 hours because we only drink top shelf liquor most of the time, and we don't mind paying a fee to get in. And if you even charge us more to come in later, we'll just pay the more to come in later. So, like, once everything happened at Pulse, we had maybe about 5 years with no like for sure place to go for Black LGBTQ plus people besides Parliament House on a Tuesday night. And myself and Giselle and Nima decided that once Parliament House closed and we decided to do a Tuesday night downtown where we were at, we were like, we need to go ahead and start back doing a Friday. And that's how we started Platinum Friday again. So not only am I the entertainment director, I am also the promoter of the evening. So me and my brother Jai, we put that on now, and we do it at Courtney's Event Center, which is in SEMA off of Curry Forward. And we do once a month now. We were doing every Friday, but we're doing once a month. I think that it's just, been a really hard time building back up our Black community here, as well as people going out and people having the funds to go out. It's really a hard time right now. So I find that the once a month is working a lot better to get people out, and they look forward to it. So we'll
I
be doing
think
it
what
again the last Friday of this month, which will be the 30th of May. Yes.
30th of May, check Angelica Platinum Fridays.
At
I,
Encino.
I
Yeah.
will say, as I talk about, I don't know if you ever saw Remina's interview that I did with her, but I don't really see like the Black people as much when I go up to like the other places. But when I went to like Platinum, which made me feel happy, is that I finally saw my own people.
And that's what I wanted to be. When I first moved to Orlando, there was a club called Secrets, which is where Bipolar Cafe, where we were at before we went to Encima, was actually the first place that I ever performed at in
Mm.
Orlando, which was Club Secrets. And it was the Black, gay owned, Black, it was gay and Black owned, and it catered to mainly the Black community. And I love the fact of being able to come out and be my authentic queer self, but be able to be around my people and experience our culture
Yeah.
together, from our music, our dances, things that we like, and the way that we perform, and the songs that we like to perform. I've been blessed to be able to bring that aspect to other, predominantly, I guess, white establishments, or, but just to be in a place that is for us, by us, and you get to hear what we love and experience our culture. And shout out to the Rim for doing our we did a Platinum Friday Saturday night for Classic Weekend last year, and we're looking forward to trying to do that again this year.
I was hoping so. That was my next question. I was like, are we gonna come back to the rain with platinum?
Yeah, we really just kind of call it like Platinum Productions now, but it is based out of Platinum Fridays. But out of that Platinum Fridays, we ended up having Showcase Fridays where I showcase a lot of live entertainment. We haven't did it in a while, but I'm looking forward to bring that back as well.
Well, I would love to see it.
Yeah.
So, Angelica, I have to say this from the depths of my spooky little soul. The first time I saw you perform, you absolutely stunned me. It was one of those moments where everything just stops, the air shifts, the room quiets, and every eye is locked on you. And you gag audiences time and time again with your looks, your presence, and your ability to embody sheer drag excellence. You've served opulence, glamour, fantasy, and full-blown pageant perfection again and again and again. But my question is, what is your thought process when you're planning a look, whether it's for a pageant or just for a regular show? What goes into the magic of Angelica Sanchez?
Oh, you're gonna think this is so funny.
Yeah.
It's not a lot of thought.
Yeah.
It used to be. And sometimes I can hear a song and I can see what I want to look like, or but mainly I have been blessed to do this thing off of feeling. It's about how I feel that night. Do I feel like wearing a dress? Do I want to wear something sexy? Do I feel like doing a move groove song or spinning around in a dress, or do I want to dance? It's just about feeling.
Yeah.
And I find that and it's kind of weird to me when people ask for music early, and I get why we do it now, but I hate it because I might be feeling like that today, but I might not feel like that tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And mainly I try and do whatever I'm feeling, because if it make me feel good, I feel like it'll make somebody else feel good. It'll connect. And I find that a lot with people that I've been in positions where I plan certain things, and then I get there and it don't go over the way I kind of wanted to, just because I overplanned it.
Yes.
But when it comes to like pageantry and things of that nature, or putting the talent together, those are things that you do have to strategically
You got to
plan.
make sure it's
I
tight.
come up with a vision of maybe how I want to look for evening gown, or what is that going to make me feel like. It's all about feeling, because I want to know how I'm going to feel in that category. Because I used to just see things and think, oh, it's nice, but then I'm too tight in it. So now, it's about how does it make me feel. And can I move in it? I want to, in my evening gown, I want to be able to dance in it if I want to. Same thing if it's sportswear or swimwear. I don't want to feel conscious about anything. I want to feel free in it. So as far as that, I plan that. As far as the show though, I could have a show tonight and I still wouldn't know what I was doing right now.
Yeah.
I might not know what I'm gonna do until I start doing my makeup. Like,
that makes sense, because as you're listening to music, because I do that
sometimes I'm
too.
listening to music, sometimes I'm not listening to music. And with me, I've done so many songs over my years of life that even if I think about old song maybe that I did some 10 years ago, I might go listen to it just to refresh. And then I'll be like, okay, well, that's what I want to do. Like, some things are kind of in repetition right now, but then I'll go back to something else. And most of the music that I do isn't per se popular, up to date music. A lot of the stuff I'm doing is some of the music I'm doing is 20 fucking years old. But I've built a career off of not always doing the most popular music, but doing songs that I love and making people want to know what that song is. I think that's the best compliment you can get in drag is, oh my God, who sings that song? What is that song that you did? because you pique people's interest. Maybe it's something they never heard or they never seen like that. You know, that's I think the best compliment you can get in drag.
Well, I will say, unlike you, Angelica, I have to literally send my music like in a week before then because I like to like practice because I have very much of OCD mind.
I get it. And
Yes.
that's the thing, it's different for everybody. But for me, I'm a freestyler.
Hmm.
Like, I'll perform this song like this tonight, but it won't be performed like that tomorrow night. They'll have some nuances that are the same. I might do
Yeah.
the cartwheel at the same time. I might do the split at this time, but
But
it's
no performance is ever gonna
it's
look alike.
it's not a routine.
Yeah.
It's not a routine, and most of my stuff I base off of musicality of what accents I want to bring out in a song because I might hear something that nobody else hears. It's a song called "Fool for You" that I do, but most people who do it, they don't never hit a girl in the background. She's doing all this opera in the back, so it's a part of the song where I just go into it because I know no one's hearing it, but I'm hearing it, so I want to bring that part of the song out. Yeah.
Okay. So speaking of looks, like I said, you've worn so many beautiful garments over the years. So I think it's time we have a little fun with a game I like to call Drag Vision Reflections of Angelica.
Okay.
And I'm going to show you some of your iconic looks, and I want you to tell me the story, the inspiration, the fantasy behind the fabric. What were you thinking? What were you channeling? And what did that look mean to you? Are you ready to dive in?
Yes.
Let's start off with this one.
Okay. I think this was a pageant, I want to say. Now, what pageant? I don't know. But I'm sure I'm doing some Beyonce or something like that.
Mm.
It's gotta be Beyonce. And it probably was around the time of single ladies or something. I'm wondering, is this where you find this picture?
This was on like your
It's on
Instagram.
Facebook.
Let me look. Your Instagram had it.
It was on Instagram?
Yeah.
Oh child, I don't
I
know.
went way back to get my research. Angelica,
Ooh.
way back.
And
Hold
I'm
on.
wondering why I got that belt so high. It should have. I probably danced it up that high.
Let's see. Yeah, this is way back.
I'm really trying to remember what look that was from.
Let me see if I can find it on like. Don't worry. All of this that I'm doing right now is gonna be in post
But
anyway.
I definitely know I'm doing Beyonce. It's looking like it's probably at the Parliament House. And if it's not at the Parliament House, then it's probably when I did.
This was in 2012. I
It was
think that
2012.
the next photo after that, you were in a crown. So it was 2012, but it don't say no cover on it.
I wonder. No, because Large and Lovely, I did. What's the name for talent?
Um,
Hmm.
it don't say no caption.
I don't know. It could have been a prelim or something. I don't know. Or you know what? No, because we didn't wear that. I didn't wear that. I wouldn't have wore that. Okay. But yeah, it's definitely some Beyonce or something like that.
Yes.
Lord knows I am not needed. Go ahead.
Yeah. Let's see this one. Let me zoom in because I know this one is very small for us. Better.
Okay. Now this I remember. Shout out to Keisha. She did my photos for me when I won Miss Gay US of A at large.
Mhm.
And this is the gown that I got made by Valentino Lane. He did this dress for me when I won Sweetheart.
Sweetheart.
2006. You know, I don't get rid of no drag. I still got that dress in my closet.
Eh.
Um, but yeah, I wanted to do a different kind of photo shoot. And I've always loved like old Hollywood glamour movies where the girl would be in this like gown and she would completely do a whole dance number in a gown. So I wanted to get a picture showing the flow of it, and just was one of the pictures that I did throughout my reign.
Yes. Well, I will say this is a pretty good picture.
Thank you. And of course Reggie did my hair.
Yeah, that looked like a good wig too.
Yeah, Reggie did my hair. It's probably my wig, but he did my hair.
We gotta go into this one now.
I love this picture. This is my Miss Florida picture. And it was the first time I shot with Erica with the drag photographer. I think so. I think it's my first time shooting with her. And this is kind of special to me just because this is after Paul's. I hadn't competed or ran for anything in a long time. And it was kind of my way of making sure that I kept work too, because after Pulse, what a lot of people don't realize is um, I didn't have a lot of work anymore.
Yes.
I'm gonna call a spade a spade. A lot of those clubs, they weren't trying to book the black girl, and they would only book me when they could. You know, quite a step.
That's what I was about to. That's what I
Mine
was about
told
to
me,
like ask you as well. Is you know what? I'm gonna save that for later because when we talk
okay,
about
write it down
Orlando,
though, so you don't forget.
yeah.
But yeah, this look though, oh, what's the baby name? He living, but I was out of Gainesville that did the dress. But Jasmine Skies was like very instrumental in helping me throughout my fucking career. This lady has helped me so much. Just a good sister, a good friend, and throughout my reign, she would made sure I had jewelry. She's a former Miss Florida FFI at large as well, Jasmine Skies. And just my sisters are, to this day, if I need something, I call her. I'm gonna get emotional, but you know how you just got that one person that's in your corner and got your back.
Always.
That's who Jasmine Skies is.
It's good to
Throughout
have.
my
It's good to have
competing
those people around
for,
you.
and me running for Florida was for her, for Calvin, and for you know, like sometimes we do things it's not always for us. It's a good thing that it happened for us because Florida was like my introduction into a lot of drag stuff because of Jasmine Bonet, who won Miss Florida, and I went and helped her compete and won that. But this picture just kind of iconic for those reasons. And Reggie did not play with my hair. He jacked it to the heavens, and then I think Erica went in and even made it bigger. But I always get asked about the hair, and that dress, I still have it. I need to take it in though, because I can't. It's too big.
Let's take it to the tailor. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take it to Reggie.
What about this one?
This is from that Gay US of A photo shoot. So because I was from Florida and I was the Florida queen, I wanted to do some pictures outside. And that's why I love this photo shoot so much with Keisha, is because it was so different than what everybody else is doing. And I just love the way my skin looked. And it looked like Florida. It's a whole shoot we did that it's just, it kind of honors that I was the queen from Florida for USA because I'm outside. We did it in her neighborhood. It just kind of got to show just how we take for granted how beautiful Florida fucking is.
Yes.
You know, but like literally, this is just in her yard where she live. You know, we got palm trees and stuff.
It's giving me very. I was about to say it's giving me
Beyonce,
very Beyonce right now with this look.
It's what?
It's giving me like that Beyonce, like one of her music videos.
That's what I was kind of going for. Very Beyonce, take my breaks and kind of. I wanted it to look like, I didn't want it to look like a drag photo.
Yes.
I wanted it to look like an album cover.
That's what it's kind of giving me as well.
And those earrings aren't even really earrings. They're like, you know, the little clamps that you put in like over a ponytail.
Yeah.
And we ended up gluing them on the ear like that so they sit that way.
Well, let's go on to this one. Can you see that one?
Oh, I miss that dress.
I thought you said you don't throw drag away.
I don't, but I don't know what happened to this dress. Somebody got my damn dress out there.
Yeah.
This is actually Reggie did my hair here as well. This was a preliminary night. I was at a prelim in Port St. Lucie getting ready to compete for Miss Gay US of A at Large 2011, 10. Might have been 10.
10 or 11.
Something like that. Yeah, because it was my second year competing and it was in Tampa that year. And this is the preliminary that I did in Port St. Lucie to qualify. And I want to say Latrice Royale was there with me as well.
Oh.
Yeah, and I want to say that her and I don't know if I was first runner up to her, if I won. No, I think I did win.
Was it before her drag race reign or
It
was it
was before she
after?
went to drag race. It was. Me and Latrice became friends from doing pageants back in the day. And so
That's probably how
you
you
know
know
what,
Kennedy.
she
That's
probably did beat me there. And then we went and yeah, I beat her at the national stuff.
I was like, that's probably how you
Who's
know
a
Kennedy
fierce
died
competitor
before as
though?
well. No, I was saying that's probably how you know Kennedy as well, because I know you told me you
Yeah,
know
we
her.
from
Yeah.
all back then. We all used to perform and stuff together, child. Me and Kennedy was the like young bucks.
Yes.
Busting.
Yeah, and that's what I get whenever I see like you or Kennedy like perform, or even like Latrice. Y'all always know how to bring the fucking house down.
Drag 101, good old
Yes.
and I have to say this about Kennedy too. See, she got the best of both drag worlds. Because when it comes to drag, you can't fuck with Florida and you can't fuck with Texas.
Yes.
And she got both because she was living in Texas. She born and raised there, but then ended up moving to Florida and she stayed in Florida for about 10, 15 years. Like,
Mhm.
yeah.
What's
But
the
I
one?
love this dress. It was a couple of different things. Um,
So what's the fantasy behind this one?
um, it was one of the first dresses that people was like, I finally had a gown.
Yeah.
And what happened was me and Reggie went to, I want to say it was off Saks at the outlet, found two or three lavender gowns, took it to Leo in Miami. He reconstructed them, made a corset, and put those on top, and we stoned all of it. Well, Reggie stoned all of it. I ain't stoned that.
Mhm.
And Reggie stoned all of it. That was not the original bottom. That is actually the last bottom that I got put on it, and it's kind of like a Cinderella bottom
Mhm.
that Dale ended up doing. I was the queen to known to take whatever she had, reconstruct it, and make it look like something new. Yeah, but that's that dress. I miss it.
Well, it looks beautiful.
I used it at a pageant. I think somebody stole my dress. Or I let somebody use it and ain't never gave it back. And I
Well,
can't believe
damn.
I got it.
Somebody got your dress.
Somebody got the motherfucker.
Yeah.
It's probably something else now.
Yes. What about this one?
Oh, that's good old fashioned Nova piece. That's after I lost this weight, honey.
Yeah.
With me, okay. So what happened was, it was one of my favorite pieces that I had when I was big. I love a good t-shirt or a shirt dress,
Mhm.
and so when I lost the weight, I didn't want to throw it away. So I figured out a way to I just wore this the other week too.
Yeah.
I like kind of figured out another way to button it so
Mhm.
that it draped that way, and then put a belt on it.
you got to like have like different new ways to innovate outfits.
Yeah, and I'm glad I learned that growing up because I haven't sewn anything probably in like 15 years.
Hmm.
But that's all I used to do was sew my own costumes and stuff like that. I've been thinking about getting back into it. But just to have a creative mind to know how what we call rigging up stuff, rig it up.
Yeah.
So yeah, I rigged that up, rebuttoned it, and made a drape, and then put a belt on it so that it was more fitting. I love this picture though because it was kind of when I finally started settling into my new body,
Yeah.
and I love a bob.
Yes, and we could tell like you went through a weight loss journey. And I see you now and I'm just like, I can't even notice these old photos of Angelica back then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have a lot of different looks. If I look back over my years,
See this one. And this is gonna have to zoom out. There we go. Can you see that one?
okay. Now this is from our post photo shoot. Alicia Markstone made this for me when I gave up gay US of A at large. And it's like a sarong like dress that go to it too, so you can make it like look like two or three different things.
Hmm.
I miss those boots. But Christopher Reynolds did this picture for me. And of course I'm in my Beyonce era. But this is one of our last photo shoots at Pulse for our cast pictures.
Oh. So it
Yeah,
does this one means a lot to you.
it does.
Whatever happened to this
It's
outfit? I
just
never see you
funny seeing
wearing
how
it.
many different shapes I done been. Jesus.
Yeah. That's what I told you when I noticed these pictures of you. I'm like,
And people are like, is that her?
yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
Well, let's see this one. Let's zoom in for that one.
Oh, I like that one
I
too
mean, not
because
zoom in that far.
oh, you had zoomed in. Oh, and the cooch.
Eh, better.
So this is from when I won Miss Large and Lovely. They have a category that is sexy lingerie.
Hmm.
And so I wanted to be a Victoria's Secrets angel.
That's what it
So,
looks like, and it's giving me right now.
well, someone ended up doing the picture and putting that as the background, but those wings are actually on me.
Hmm.
So it's not Photoshop. So that was my whole little look. I was a little nervous about it because I don't mind being sexy, but I ain't the lingerie chick.
Yes.
But I mean, yeah,
See, that
that's
was me when so OTR was like, let's do a lingerie show. And I'm like, I can't see myself dressing up for that in Samara, but yeah.
well, and it's funny because I ended up doing Speechless, bringing that back, and ended up doing kind of a look like this in all black. So I do have a black lingerie look. I guess maybe I should play in it a little more now.
Well, if we ever bring that show back or bring it do an Ari night, you could.
Yeah,
Let's see this one.
and I won the category. Matter of fact,
Oh, and you won a category too.
yes, I did.
Look at you racking up wins. Yeah.
I've always loved this picture. This is my US of A. Actually, the picture that like really was the main picture I would put out for gay US of A at large when I won. It just kind of
I was about to say this picture, like it's kind of giving me like BB Sahar Benet.
okay.
You don't see it?
No, but okay. I love Miss BB. That's my girl.
Yes.
We cuts up when we around each other.
I guess it's giving
Um,
me like diva as well on top of that.
but this is a dress that I want to say Reggie made this dress for me. It was actually some fabric that I used for my talent when
Yeah.
I did Mini Moons. We used to use it as like this fabric that I would do like a back bend off of. Now, so once I wasn't doing talent, I was like, I got all this damn fabric. Let me use it for something. So
Hmm.
yeah, it's
It
a
looks
little
like a good
spin dress
dress.
that kind of comes together. He put a swimsuit up under it. I love a good belt, cinch your waist, bring out a hip.
Yes.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite pictures from that. And see, I was smaller when I won that. Now I
I
love.
already know this is your promo pic. We already know this
Yeah, this is
one.
like my pro. This is my photo shoot that I got to do after I kind of came off of all of the weight and stuff, and I needed new pictures that look like me now.
Mm-hmm.
Which I still need some more pictures. I just did some with the with paparazzi for the gig. I need to get back from him. I
Yes.
think it's gonna be real nice.
I was
But
about to say, Alex Morgan, you know he always available.
yeah, I'm
Mhm.
gonna do some more. But this, I was proud of this photo shoot. And Erica did this one with me again. This is a cat suit from Fashion Nova. I threw some belts on it, and it's just I don't know. I like it. I like how she put the
I
wind
love
in my
it.
bob, make it blow a little bit. It makes the picture give a little action without with it being still.
Yes. I will say I love this promo pic of you.
Yeah, I liked it.
We got this one.
And this is the same shoot with her as well. I like it because I never really smile in pictures. And she got me to smile and like a picture.
Yes.
And Reggie wanted the hair for me. I actually bought that hair off of Amazon and added like a couple of bundles in it.
Mm-hmm.
And then he wanted it for me. Yep.
It's great that we
And
have all these
Roxy.
like supporters. What?
You talking about my legs? I guess I've always had some good legs, even when I
Yeah.
got big as fuck.
See,
I get
that's
those
what I
from my
like.
mom's
That
side of the family. They long
yes.
like my daddy's side of the family, but they're shapely like my mom's side of the family. They got good thighs and legs. Even though I'm not needed, I know how to make my legs look good. The outfit is actually made by Roxy Andrews.
Oh, we love
Um,
it. Yeah.
Myself and Reggie went to this spot, and Reggie had the appliques and stuff. And yeah, this is stuff that I needed made just to have new clothes for the new body. And the way she did this dress, it can be either long. It's like hooking eyes that make the dress part, but I could wear it as a leotard. I could wear it as a short dress, like the freakum dress that it's on right now, or I got just a longer piece to wear it's a gown. I like
So
things
this
that
dress
can
has
be
different parts, is what I'm
multifunctional.
hearing. I was
I
about to
like,
say that the dresses having different parts.
yeah, I like stuff being multifunctional, so I can get the best usage out of it.
Well, let's go on to the last photo that I could ever get from here. And I'm gonna have to zoom out for this one because we already know what this one
Oh,
is.
they took a good picture, right?
Yes.
I don't know. This is an outfit that like I said, I love a good A-line dress. I love a good bob, and this is most recent. But it's funny they all ended up wearing black and white, and I had no idea, and I just decided to put on black and white, and it just kind of went with the whole gig and the aesthetic. So yeah, that's my mean business bitch look.
No, but I love how like when the gig is like playing, it says like presenting, Mikey's like presenting Angelica Sanchez, and you and how you walk, and it's literally giving boss ass bitch right there.
They caught that like perfect, to be honest.
Yes.
It's a great action like shot, and just the shoulders of the dress. Just I love that dress, and I was so happy when I saw it in the store. It was when the first like moment I realized, oh, I can shop in a regular person size store again. Because I was like, Richard, I'm not gonna be able to fit that. That's a large. She was like, I think you can fit it, girl. Try it on. And so I tried it on and it fit. I was like, okay, bitch, we in business, honey. And I saw it in another color the other day, and I wanted to get it, but it zipped up in the back, and it had like white lace with a nude, but it kept getting stuck in the zip of the lace, and I was like, I'm not buying this. It's gonna piss me off.
Well, out of all of these like looks that I showed you, which one is your favorite?
I don't know. I guess I kind of want to say this one just because it's where I'm at now.
Yes.
You know, it's the most recent picture, and yeah, I like that. Yeah, this one. It's
Well,
kind
the
of
gig is
just where I've been and where I am now.
going to say it's the gig photo shoot that got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Stop sharing. Okay, so let me get back into this a little bit. I have to remember where I am because I was like, show. There we are. Okay, Angelica, now I need you to step through the portals of the underworld with me just for a moment to travel back in time.
Okay.
We're arriving at the very beginning. Do you see her? There she is, little Angelica standing in front of the mirror, putting on her first crown before the gowns, before the glitter, before the stage. What were you like as a kid?
As a kid, not that different.
Yeah.
Because actually what I'm doing now is pretty much what I've done as a kid. I remember running around playing with my cousin and my brothers, acting like with Charlamagne, I'm acting like I'm Jodie Whiteley, singing and dancing, playing around. Love watching TV. Me as a kid, I was sometimes to myself around other people. I needed to get to know people. I was always very flamboyant,
Yeah.
very girly acting. So yeah. Quick story. I bit the tip of my tongue off jumping off of my mom and dad's bed and my dad's robe
Ooh.
like it's a dress, spinning around in a dress.
Yeah.
But I did a toe touch off of the bed, and when I came down, I bit on my tongue,
Damn.
and it literally was hanging off, and I was bleeding out the mouth. But said all that to say, in a dress, well, in a robe, trying to make it like a dress, and yeah.
Well, what was it like for you coming out, and when did your transition journey begin? Like, what did that path look like for you? What did it teach you?
Looking back on it, I think it's funny to say that I had to come out. It was funny that I even had to come out because I've always been very feminine. I was a church kid. Not that my family made me go to church because they weren't going to church with me.
Yes.
I was going to church because I love singing and I love being in the choir and I love having that relationship with God that I was able to realize that it helped me kind of figure out the oxymoron of who I was.
Mhm.
Oddly to say, because there's so many contradictions in that as well. But my coming out story was my mom really just being like, "Booby, you gay, ain't I?"
Yeah.
While I'm sitting at the table doing my homework. And it's because I've always had girls as friends. And then after I didn't have girls as friends, it was guys that were just as feminine as me.
Yes.
And, so I was like, girl, what is that for you to ask me? And then I kind of heard myself say it to her. Like, child, yeah, okay. And I got the keys and I just went for a ride. And I cried, and because it wasn't that I was ashamed of who I was or what I was. I just, the world just ain't get me.
Yes.
And they wanted to call it gay, but I knew that's not what I was. I was a girl. And this is something that I was convicted in knowing since can remember back as 3 years old. I don't like no man stuff. I love men.
Yes.
I like men doing what men do. I don't want to do what they do.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm in a household with a father. I grew up with my mama and my daddy. But my mama was a tomboy. She liked football and basketball and all that. Girl, I don't like that.
Yeah.
My oldest brother, he played football and all of that. My cousin, who was like my brother, he did all of that. Y'all do all of that. Y'all talk about all these girls. I'm disgusted.
Mm-hmm.
So coming out, it was kind of like, okay, that's off my back. Fuck this shit. My mama, though, I don't care about y'all. And that's what it turned into. So my last 2 years of school, the little gay boy who was over the choir is now coming to school with my hair permed and relaxed and done like Tony Braxton.
Mm-hmm.
Using my sponge with foundation and lip gloss on. Wearing bell-bottom jeans and big t-shirts.
Mm-hmm.
With platform shoes, female shoes and heels from Payless. That was me.
And then I was about to say, I know like a lot of people know, especially like me, you went through transitioning. How did that go?
So my transition was different than a lot of other people. And I try to tell people what one of my gay mothers, Jasmine Bonet, taught me, which Stasha also taught me as well, was we start with hormones.
Yeah.
And so that's why I say it really wasn't a transition for me, because my senior year of high school, me and my best friend Dianca, we were going to hair school half of the day. So we were learning how to do our own nails. We had our nails done. Our girlfriends who do nails, going to school for nail tech, she doing our nails in class. She getting her grade for that. I'm doing her hair. I'm doing, such doing my hair. I'm doing my own hair for a grade, a wrap set, sit under the dryer, curl it,
Yes.
So I'm already female presenting.
Mm-hmm.
So that transition happened literally my senior year of high school, because I'm already coming to Orlando since 94, 95, doing the show on the weekend and coming back to go to school. I danced with Tamisha. I was still in high school. That was spring break. I went to Miami and danced with her while everybody was at grad night and stuff and doing prom and shit. I'm at a pageant down here dancing.
See, but that was
One
your
of
grad
thousands of
night.
people.
I was about to say that's your grad night though. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So those were my transitions. And so I started hormone therapy once I moved to Orlando in like 96, 97.
Mm-hmm.
So I was 18, maybe 19, and knew a girl. She was a nurse, and she would come and she would administer our testosterone.
Yeah.
And the estrogen, that's what it was. And she would give us a shot on that Monday night, honey. And she'd give us a shot of that, and then she'll give us a shot of B12, because that would help with your blood so you don't get blood clots and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And from that day, I stayed on a hormone regimen. And mind you, back then, you wasn't able to just go get no prescription. You needed to know
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I didn't know it was like
black
that back
marketed.
then.
So all these freedoms that everybody got right now, They trying to get us to go back there. We ain't going back there. We been making the way.
Mm-hmm.
If a trans person wants to transition and be their authentic self, they will find a way.
That part.
The soul wants what the soul wants. And for those that don't make it, they don't make it because the world told them they couldn't. You know,
I was
so
about
for
to say,
me,
politics, presidential.
yeah, and now they putting it in there. You know, they
Mm-hmm.
wasn't thinking about us. Really, they want us to go back in the closet so they can keep having sex with us and stuff. You know how many girls I know used to work online before online was a thing and go to DC and stay in DC for months at a time, dating politicians, making a coin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but so my transition happened then, and I stayed on a hormone regimen. Whew, from probably 97, 98 till first time I got off of them probably was in maybe 2000. Because I got off of them for a minute and then got back on them, got off of them, got back on them. But I got
I was
heavy
about to
back
say,
on them.
what does that do to the like body? Like, let's say, well, I know I'm not trans, I'm gender fluid, but like, let's say I was to take hormones and then I got off and then went back on. Does that do anything at all?
For some it does, for some it doesn't. For
Because I know
me,
I've heard stories. That's why I was
yeah,
asking.
I think it's about your body chemistry. You can also look at the females within your family and see how your body chemistry is going to work. Also
Mm-hmm.
looking at females on your dad's side of the family as well. For me, hormones took to me instantly. I was
Yeah.
already a chubby kind of boy, so I would like when I was saying I transitioned. I just started putting on a bra because I already had titties.
Yes.
So when I took hormones, it just like my breast automatically fell.
Mm-hmm.
It fell like flat. Like me and my mom would look in the mirror at my breast, and mine would look exactly like hers. Now that I've like lost all the weight, I've lost a lot of my fatty tissue in my breast. So now I finally want to do and try and get implants. Now.
And flames now. There we
Now
go.
I want to, because I was always fine with my hormone breasts because they look realistic and they still look realistic. If I pull it out right now, they'd be like, she got titty, but
Yeah.
it's just small and saggy and it's all nipple now. But so pretty much that's been my transition. I did hair laser removal first in maybe 2012. Once I started learning how to like do a good regimen for my face and stuff. Um, and then I stopped that for a while. I just got back on it just because I had a little patchwork I needed to finish up. But for the most part, I am the way God originally made me.
She is a woman.
Yeah, so that's why I say transitioning is different for everybody. And I
Yes.
had those times where public would be like, "Oh, you need to get some silicone. You need hips. You need this." Well, I was like, "Well, when I do drag and I need some hips, I put them on." The women in my family shaped like this.
Yes.
I get my legs from my mama then. Like my brother even got thick legs, you know, but I'm shaped up like the women in my family. I have a sway in my back like the people on my dad's side of the family. All the girls, tall, long, slender, with a swoop, little booty, long legs.
See, that's why like I never really had to use like padding. So instead, what I do, and people are like, "You still look a woman. You still got ass." Because I'm like, they're like, "How does that happen?" I'm like, "Okay, well, from my mom, I get my ass, and then all I have to do is take these athletic shorts. I got lift that up, then put like two pairs of tights with the girdle, and it gives."
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, "How the fuck are you able to do that?" And us looking like skinny, we don't have no ass. I'm like, "Well, genetics." That's what I say, genetics.
Yeah, genetics. So, and for me, like certain things that I wear, I make sure I have on something that insinuates my waist a little bit, you know. But transitioning looks different for everybody. And I tell everybody, if you start with hormones, that's what Jasmine told me. She said, start with hormones and it'll tell you where to go. But she said, do not do what you have seen us do. Don't, because she never had no work in her body, but she had silicone in her face. But they told me, don't do it. Don't get it.
Your journey
Paint it.
is going to
You
be
wanted to
different
see
than.
it, paint it.
I was about to say your journey is going to be different than Jasmine, or for example, one of our
Somebody
drag queen
else's
runners.
is different. Maybe
Yeah.
they need implants to feel the way they need to feel. Maybe they need to have bottom surgery to feel the way they need to feel. Maybe
Yes.
they, the woman for me started in my mind, in my soul. She
Mm-hmm.
always been here. So I tell people, I'm just me, baby.
I was about to say where are we. Okay, so we talked about the transition, and we talked about your coming out, you as a kid, but where was the drag career of what we know as Angelica Sanchez born? Like the first show, the first lip sync, the first moment where Angelica came out.
So my first show, ooh. Oh, okay, yeah. My first show was at Club 209 in Jacksonville, Florida.
Mm-hmm.
I wore this costume called the Purple Cow that Tanisha Iman, which is Tamisha's Iman's daughter, she gave me the costume. It was that, and Tamisha Iman made the costume. And Tanisha won Miss Jacksonville newcomer wearing it.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to spray paint these white little Debbie cake shoes that I
Yeah.
got from Payless or whatever, child, and it was like tights, and it had like a flounce skirt, maybe low cut here, long sleeve, and we always had these like flouncy things on our arms and skirt and stuff. But I always admired seeing Sierra Fox. It blew my mind when I saw her. She was like one of the first big girls that I saw. I saw some other girls, but this white girl was dancing like black girls and was big and was moving and had the fringe and shit. She did Give Me the Night by Shannon. And I was like, I'm going to do that song.
Yes.
But I knew I had a little more tricks than Sierra did. Because I could do cartwheels and splits and, all kind of round offs and shit. I was doing toe touches then too. But because I had a little cheer background and stuff. So that was my first show at 209. I did Give Me the Night. And if you did good back then at 209, it was an old little ragged club on the east side, but it had like 10, like a 10 roof and 10 on the walls. And it kind of went up like, so the people looked at you while you was down here dancing on this broken tile, honey. And the spotlight was up there too. But if you did good, they would beat on the 10. So it kind of like
that's where that Renaissance thing started from. Because I never could get it. I'm like, why do people keep banging on the stage when I first got there?
Used to bang on stage, bang on the 10. That means you did a good damn job. It's old school. People been doing that for years.
Yes.
So that's how you got noise made for you. But Alexis Gabrielle Sheraton painted my face. And then Tamisha Iman jacked me up around the corner afterwards because I was supposed to be doing drag. Yeah, I was still in high school. But we had those individuals who were older than us that cared about us and made sure that we would graduate and, get our diplomas, get up out of school, and then we would have that,
Yes.
But we came out around some good fucking people that wasn't trying to just have sex with us and stuff and actually saw us as good kids and took care of us, wasn't letting us drink and shit like that and do drugs. I ain't started drinking and smoking weed and stuff till I was in my late 20s.
Well, let's talk family, we talked about like who your drag mother is, but what made you decide it was time to become the matriarch and build your own drag dynasty?
I think that's just something that kind of naturally happened. Most of my kids were guys, because
Mm-hmm.
in my era coming out, especially in the black community, our gay men did not play about us.
Yeah.
When it came to the trans girls, when it came to drag girls, they did not play about us. We are the women of their lives. Everything still got a yin and a yang. Yeah. We all got the same thing, but we the women, we the feminine energy, and they protected us as such. And what you asked me?
What made you start the drag dynasty?
So like mostly I had male kids. My first child was Faison Alexander Sanchez. His name is also Shannon. And what Tamisha them did for me, I did for him.
Yes.
So he was still in high school. I literally drove me and his gay father, who was my gay husband, Frank. Um, we took him to his graduation to graduate and stuff.
Mhm.
But he also had Frank also had a daughter in Tallahassee named Jada, and that was my first gay daughter. And then the next child that I ended up with was Amber Sanchez
Mhm.
from Jacksonville, where I was from. And she's actually older than me, but because I was already doing drag and stuff, and I helped her do pageants and stuff like that. And that's the first one who actually was doing pageantry and stuff like that. Like Jada was a girl. Jada was mine doing all the pageants and stuff. And she passed away a while back, but
Oh,
she's
I'm
one of my
sorry.
favorite that passed away. Faison is still around. He doesn't really do male performances anymore, but and Amber doesn't do drag anymore. But after Amber, I believe was Mirage. No, I'm lying. Before Mirage was my daughter Dawn, and then was Mirage. Then because like I told you, I got a lot of sons. So
I
mainly
was
I have boys. I don't have too many girls. Then came that who's the one who shall not be named.
I know exactly
Um,
what you're talking about. That's why I said
and
rumor
we'll
has
leave it at
it.
that.
Yes.
But that is still my child, and I love her, and I'm praying for her. But then I have a daughter, which is Sasha Adams Sanchez as well. I don't have a lot of actual daughters that was mine. A lot of my
Did
drag
we ever see
children
any of like
be
the
other
fan?
people's children, but then they become like my god kids and stuff like that. Because I have Kimora, who is like she's my goddaughter, but she's my daughter. I
Mhm.
have Romeo, that's like my godchild, but that's my son.
Yes.
So I have a lot of kids, and it's just people who end up under my wing, even if I don't call them my child or they don't, have my last name. I think it's because I've always been a mother figure. I'm the black women who raised me. I really am. I'm the black women who raised me. So I'm my mama, I'm my godmama, I'm my auntie, I'm my granny, my grannies. Like I'm my cousins.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, what has been the hardest lesson drag has ever taught you?
Mm. Mm. I'm trying to see if I should come at it as a cautionary tale, meaning a lesson that I had to learn the hard way. Was it a good lesson?
I could be either or. Like,
You see what I'm saying?
what's that biggest advice you've always taken from the past to now?
I think the biggest lesson that I learned, I would say, came out of pageantry and doing continental. I learned a long time ago that I don't need to do what you all expect or want me to do.
Yes.
I need to do what I feel and love.
Yeah.
That's when I'm going to get the best result. And if I do that and be true to that, it'll carry me the way. And it has.
And we've seen a lot of
Yeah.
that throughout like your drag career, and especially
But
now.
if I didn't venture off from just always bucking and dancing, when my legs stopped working, I wouldn't have had nothing to fall back on. If I didn't go back to utilizing my voice and singing, when my legs stopped working, I wouldn't have had my voice to fall back on. If I didn't go ahead and take that microphone and learn how to host and MC, that wouldn't have been there for me when I needed it most.
It's,
So that's the lesson I learned, is that I have to do what I feel, do what I love, but open myself up to every avenue and don't be no one trick pony. So that if the door get closed on this aspect of something, I can always come around the corner and do this.
and I
It
think
was one
that
of the things that I learned when I was going through what I went through after Pulse was my sister Jocelyn Summers. We was playing and just chit chatting and talking in the dressing room at Hamburger Mary's in Tampa. And my sister, God bless her soul, Desiree Des Moines, had booked me and brought me down, to help me raise some money and stuff. And Jocelyn was playing because we play like this. She's my large and lovely sister. We just, and my Florida sister, we just banter and play around. You know how the girls do in the
yes.
dressing room. So she says to Desiree, "Girl, why you book her? You know she'll take our jobs."
Yeah.
And they was like, ah, 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 ah. And I heard her for the first time. I heard her. She said, "Girl, she's talented. She's drama free. She's good on the mic, and she can dance circles around us." She was playing, but I heard what she said, and I realized why it was so hard. And I told her in that moment, I said, "Sister, you just spoke what it is, and I'm not being cocky, but I know what I do bring to the table, and I know the type of individual that I am. I'm too good for my own good, because if I was a bitch, I'd be on the show. If I was mean to people, I'd probably be on the show. If
Yeah.
I was bullying people to be, you know what I'm saying? My phone kept ringing though, and I made it through it. I went and won me a pageant, so I can end up being in Florida, in Fort Lauderdale, in Miami, working with Alice and them at Boardwalk every goddamn week. If y'all wasn't gonna let me work here, I'm gonna travel this state and get back on the road and do what I do. The palace came calling me to open up the palace because Missy couldn't do it.
Yes.
They was moving to a new spot. They called it. They knew I could MC.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't even able to dance the way I was, but I did what I needed to do.
You got the job done.
Yeah. So it's about that's the lesson I learned. Always be ready and do what you feel and what you love, and you'll be all right.
And
Don't be
I
what people want you to be. Because
and I
they're
think
going to put
that's
their
what you tell
judgment
me.
on
I
you.
was about to say that's what you tell me all the time.
Yeah. And that's why I try not to get in the way of y'all creativity, because it's yours. If anything, the same thing I always try to do with my kids. I try not to shut down their dreams of wanting to do this or the third. I would just tell them, okay, well, if you do it this, and if that's the dress design you want, well, make sure the hemline is this, and
Yes.
let me critique so that when it's judged, it'll still be judged properly. because these are the parameters that we have to do this through, but not to block your creativity, because you still need to be creative. That's like even the thing with the girls and titties. I'd be like, are you doing it just because? Are you not wearing breasts because that's your aesthetic and that's just what you love? Or are you doing that because you seen this girl do it and this girl do it and this girl do it, and you just think that's the way drag's supposed to be done? Because I'm here to tell you that's really not how drag's supposed to be done.
No.
And we looking at Rue got titties, she got hips, she got nails, she got her makeup on, she got her hair right. She still got her drag 101.
Yes.
She got on her tight. She got on. She right.
Yes.
So if you're doing a club kid gig and that's your aesthetic, okay, but don't be lazy. And that was the talk that I just recently had with a lot of girls. Was, I ain't mad at you. You don't want to wear no titties. You don't got to wear no titties. But it's gonna do wonders for your shape if you do. I don't have the biggest titties, but I got a little titty.
Yes.
But and even though Rooster said the other day was it the other week, last Friday, I think we worked at Boots and we were working together, and she had did her new blue outfit for Beyonce. And she's like, I got on my titties, mama. I say, oh, she say, like you I say, yes.
Yeah.
Because it's gonna make the waist look smaller. It's gonna make the hips look fuller. You know, it's proportion that makes the woman. Now, all women ain't got no big titties. We know that. But you can't have no big back with no titties. And I know big back girls who ain't got no titties, but guess what they do? They put on a panty bra like I do.
Well, what legacy do you hope Angelica Sanchez leaves behind in that last spotlight dance?
I think my legacy is full of joy, entertainment, love, um, passion, but mainly joy. I want to leave behind joy. Like when people think about me, I want them to be able to laugh about something I might have said, or the way I might have looked, or the way I might have walked, did something funny, or remember maybe how I made them feel in the moment when they heard this song. I want to leave people better than I met, and that's
Yes.
the legacy I want to leave behind. So
Well,
whether it be drag, whether it be advocacy, whether it be
because you do a lot.
person day to day.
You do a lot for this community, you really do.
Well, this community has done a lot for me, so we
Yes.
can't always take and don't give back.
Angelica, there's a part of your story that carries a weight many of us can't begin to imagine. You weren't just part of cast at Pulse nightclub, you were family. You performed there, you helped shape the stage, you lived in the light. And on that tragic night, you were there, you were one of the survivors of the massacre. You not only made it out, you helped others escape, you became a protector in the moment of unthinkable horror, and yet here you are, still standing, still slaying, still giving love. We talk about that night, but in those terrifying moments, what helped you stay calm enough to help others?
I don't think well, I know for a fact that it was God moving through a lot of that. Because I went through a whole lot of emotions. I think it was just instinct. I tend to forget that, like maybe I helped save some people.
Well,
um,
I was doing research and it helped, and I was reading articles. So
yeah, I know. Because Sean, a friend of mine, he tells me the same thing because I pulled him back but being me, just pulled him back just to give him a hug and a kiss. Like, you gotta hug me. Like,
yes,
and in my doing that, I pulled him from outside where he was going to be with Angel, who got shot up.
Mm-hmm.
And thank God, Angel May, but it was several things happening and it was happening so quick. And when I went and opened up one door, because I saw people jumping over the fence, I took that back way down the back hallway. And as I was thinking to go towards the dance floor, I was like, well, no, that door opened. So I opened it all the way so people could get out that way or whatever. And so I went to the last door where the dressing room is. And then I saw like a couple of people running back that way. And I was going to go out the back door. But I would have to go through the whole black room and people were already scattering and running and carrying on. So something just said, go to the dressing room. And we had a keypad on the dressing room. I did the keypad and it was probably like 5 other people. I told them to come in and then Axel was the last one to come in and we locked it up. And we were in there for another 2 to 3 hours. And in that time, that's why I don't know if calm was the word. At first, it was a panic and me just knowing what I know. Everybody get low. If we have to move this washer and dryer that was in the dressing room, if we need to move that in front of the door, we'll move that in front of the door. I think that's when I started to realize that this is something else. This isn't an altercation. This is something terrorism is happening right now. There was moments of me praying really, really hard, and then there was us making sure our phones were off. We didn't want to make any noise because we could hear him in the black room because that's next to there's only drywall that's separating those restrooms that they talked about with the dressing room. So we could hear him shooting up everything. Texting with my mom, texting with my best friend Chevelle, making sure that she got out, which she did. She finally got out and made it across the street. And so she's keeping me a brief of what's going on outside. And then I told her to call my mom because I didn't know if that was going to be the last time I talked to her or not. Yeah. And then after a while, that fight or flight thing kind of takes over. And all I knew after a while, I got to get the hell up out of here. We looked at the air conditioning unit when we first came in, but I was like, I'm too big. I can't get up there. I'm not going to fit through there. Da, 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 da. And we just didn't think about it. How we going to get up there? How we going to push it out? Da, 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 da. Well, come to find out, once we got on the phone with Nima and Nima's talking to the police and letting the police know the layout of the club and where we're at, how to get to us. Well, they came and literally we had to push that air conditioning unit out and we started. I guess because I was the biggest one or because I let everybody in the dressing room, they had to push my fat ass out first. So maybe I made the hole big enough for everybody else. But yeah. So they helped me get out. And we helped everybody get out that way. And yeah. But I didn't realize at that time that like it took me maybe the next week. I was on the phone with my uncle. And I had already did like the Don Lemon show and stuff. Like all of that stuff is still like a haze to me. Like the 6 months after that, it's hazy. Mm-hmm. Like when I think about it now, I've done the therapy and all of that stuff, but it's just hazy. But it took me that week after, and I was in Jacksonville for Miss Duval, and it was my 10-year anniversary of being Miss Duval. And when I walked in, it was like a look everybody gave me, like I was the Walking Dead or something, or like so much pity for me, so much like people don't know what to say to you. Because by this time, now we know that it's over 49 people. It's over 40 people that's died. We know for fact now. My car and everything is still at Pulse. It's still a crime scene, and I'm in Jacksonville the week after.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know. So yeah, my uncle's on the phone. He said, "You saved those people's lives," and it broke me down. I had to go outside, and the good thing was my sister Asha, who was the manager at Pulse, my best friend since we was in high school, was there, and we just held each other and cried because I hadn't thought about it like that. She said, "When you let them people in that dressing room with you, you open that door for that person. You not think about it." I didn't think about it that way. And then when you think about it that way, and then you like, when you realize your brother Shane didn't make it out, when you realize your friend, Eddie didn't make it out, you like, well, shit, why we couldn't save everybody.
Yeah. And how did those instincts as a performer, a leader, and a mother kick in during the chaos? And what you told me after, but what were the instincts like during the chaos?
I guess like what I was saying, just making sure that those that were in the dressing room with me, we kind of came up with a plan, especially like me and Axel just kind of talking it through, which has kind of bonded him and I in a way forever. That like we was already family, but that's my baby. But I guess being able to like just get everybody to be quiet, because you got to realize we at the club, people been drinking. This one girl throwing up in the corner.
Yeah.
I sobered up instantly. It's like God just said. It's like I hadn't even been drinking. I sobered up instantly. Like once by the time I was done praying, like yeah. So I think that was the main thing, just making sure that we hunker down, that people were quiet, that our phones were off. So I guess that maybe is what you to answer the question as far as leadership or motherhood in that time. Actually in that room, yeah.
Yeah. And what does it mean? What did it mean to be part of the house cast at Pulse? What kind of space was it like for you before all of that happened?
It's weird because it was bar drama kind of going on.
Mm-hmm.
But it was always home with Paul, because at the time Roxy wasn't with us anymore. She had to went to Brink and then over to Southern or something. I don't know if I think she was at Southern by then. Yeah, I think she was at Southern by then. But it was home. I had even became the entertainment manager there at one time, like booking all the shows and stuff. I was at Post for over 10 years. So we got to see it even become what we would call our cast. Because man, it really you just was working certain nights.
Yeah.
It built me and Roxy's friendship and relationship. The friends and stuff that I met there. This is the reason why Donald loves me. At the
Mm-hmm.
end, it's a part of his story. But that cast being over there, and at that time, it was what me, Axel, Mr. Miss Adrian, Kaya, Bree. I know I'm forgetting somebody. We even had like a little thing that you could do back in the day. Was it the Instagram thing? Which cast member were you? And people would do like the little test or whatever. A lot of people ended up being me just because they love Beyonce.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was like cute things that we would do, like the photo shoots, and just I do miss that. I do miss that safe home. But the Rim, it kind of reminds me of that. I always say the Rim kind of gives me if the theater and Parliament House and Pulse had a baby.
Yes. So when you think of Pulse now, what memory or feeling do you hold on to most?
I don't think it's just one memory or one feeling. It does make me sad sometimes when I think about it because of what it meant to the city.
Yeah.
And especially like right now where we only really have a couple of places to go, where back then you had the big three, but you still had like 7 other little bars and clubs that we could go to. I think that's the main thing that I feel. I love what came out of it, because what came out of it was the love that we built in that place, literally spread it over the city and made it such an open and inviting city for LGBTQ plus people, which I felt like it already was. Orlando was already that and becoming that. I think it amplified that.
Yeah.
The sad thing just now is we should have more spaces.
That's what I was about. That's the question I was writing down earlier. Which was, how do you think the Orlando scene changed now that we only have? Yeah, you know how many
Changed
clubs?
a
I think it's like,
lot. It's changed a lot.
yeah,
And it's only been 8 years, well, 9 years now.
mm-hmm.
Literally, we as a city, we've lost Pulse, we've lost Stonewall, we've lost Parliament House, and with Parliament House, that place is old as me.
Mm-hmm.
It's older than me. And to drive by and not see it any longer, but to know that we're in a city that cares about us. So, sometimes I feel like we're in our own little blue bubble, but even the stuff that happened with downtown, we kind of started feeling like we had safe spaces down there again, but because of everybody else cutting up downtown,
Yeah,
you jack all these prices on the folks that's promoting, that makes us not want to promote because we can't make money promoting down there anymore, which we barely made anyway. Then we don't have that no more. So it's like, I don't know what needs to happen, but it also means supporting what you do have. And it means supporting what you do have even more now. This stuff finna get ugly, yo. They think it's ugly now. It's getting worse. And it goes back to what I was saying about the time before, late 90s and stuff, early 90s, when people were still dying from HIV and AIDS. And, we had our safe spaces to do what we wanted to do, and we get around and network and stuff. But I think because people have social media and they feel so connected online that they don't connect in person no more.
yeah.
They shut this shit down. What half people ain't gonna know what to do because they don't even know how to talk to people in person.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really important that we get back to talking to your neighbor, talk to people,
Talking, connecting,
care
and
about
networking.
somebody else besides yourself.
Yes.
And I just want us to. That's what I think about when I think about posts. I think about how advanced and far we've come as a community here in Orlando, but also how much more needs to be done in securing spaces and us actually supporting those spaces, because they're coming and they're going to be built, but we got to make sure that they stay. that we have the next Parliament House, that we have the next Pulse. Pulse did what it did, but it was a baby compared to Southern Nights and compared to Parliament House. It only existed for a good 12, 13 years.
But we have to remember and we have to be able to
Yeah.
not only support, but be there as a family again.
Yeah, and now because see, Orlando used to have a cycle because it still has a college town feel, but it also has the seasonal worker field and the industry and all of that stuff going on. Every 3 to 4 years, it would be like a shift.
Yeah.
But what happened after Pulse 2 is when you lose all these different places that we was able to have and call safe spaces, guess what? People move.
Mm-hmm.
So people who would go to school and end up living here after they graduate, they don't want to stay here now. They want to go to the next place that they think is hot. We got to make Orlando hot again.
That's going to take all of
Because
us.
it's still hot.
Yes.
We just got to get a groove that everybody know and is used to.
Mm-hmm.
Because we still kind of in chaos. Where do you go there? Just Southern? What's this place called? The Ren?
And I
I
was
still
about
have people asking me about that. What's that place you at? But when you think about it, the Ren is not a club; it is a theater.
Yes.
We operate it as such for us, but it's a theater. So we have to support those shows. We have to show up. We have to donate to them. If you know somebody we want to get up off of somebody, give it to them.
I was
So
about to
they
say the
keep
other
operating.
part that kind of ruins that as well is all of this drama that you get and all this clickiness.
And we got to
You
stop
know.
that.
Yeah.
We got to stop that. I do like. I feel like right now when I go to the Ren, I feel like what I used to feel at Pulse. This is the place for the weirdos, bitch. Let's come on. Let's have a good time. It don't matter if you gay, straight, bi, tri, black, white, purple, blue, green. You gonna get all of that. Some of everything gonna be in here, but the thing that we come here for is the art.
Yes.
Is the music, musicians, singers, dancers, drag artists. Everything is welcome under here.
All that artistry.
Yeah, it's about the artistry. It's about the people who done built this motherfucker to look different every 6 months.
Yes. And
We
now
don't
we
know
got
what
and
we
now we got
walking into this week.
I was about to say now we got the hottest new show, Boots out. Eh? And it's
Yeah,
still
like
going on for the summer.
so it's like I'm loving it's the same way people used to be like, what's that place online where y'all performing at with that P on the back of the wall? They would talk about the pulse sign because they would see me
Yes.
in Roxy's videos and stuff. So now people like, well, where's this place that you coming down the staircase and now I have to tell them this is the same place. Y'all just need to come.
Well, Angelica, I will say thank you for your courage, thank you for surviving, and thank you for using your voice not to just tell your story, but to protect and uplift others who were there, those we lost. Now, I just want to take a moment for silence, just one moment. Now let's lift our heads in pride. Because you, Angelica, are not just a survivor, you are a reigning phoenix, a crowned queen, an Orlando icon, a pageant legend, the blueprint, and it's time we go into how you are the mother of Orlando and your children, baby. They are itching, clawing up their ways, ready to ask you what advice do they need before they get on the famous TV show RuPaul's Drag Race. Yeah.
What
Yes, it's
advice
fat.
do they need?
It's fat. It's fat for that game.
Oh Lord.
They want that workroom entrance, that confessional glow up, that snatch game moment. But before they step onto the global stage, they need a little something first: a blessing, a check in, a reality check. And who better to give it than Mother Angelica herself?
Okay.
So I
Oh,
thought we play a little game where you get to do what you already do on the daily: mentor, mold, and mother the girls into shape. And it's time for a game I like to call motherly advice.
okay.
So I'm going to give you a few names, and you're going to give us a T. What do they need to level up? What's your advice before they hit that runway? Where do they slay, or where do they still need some tough love?
Okay.
You ready?
Okay.
Yeah. Coco Cavalli.
So what advice would I give her if she was to go on Drag Race? I think mainly I'm probably gonna give the same advice to everybody. So just tell me all the names.
I got
I'm
Coco.
just trying to make you. I'm just changing your game, ain't I?
Yeah. Yeah. Just go one name at a
I'll go
time.
one at a time. So with Coco, I think one advice I would give everybody: they can't do they can't do anything if you don't give it to them.
Yes.
So be strategic about what you are giving
Mhm.
because they can edit stuff to look in the way they want it to. So if you're mindful of the way you move, you'll be fine. But as far as with Coco, I mean, Coco could just be Coco and lead with love, honey. She'll be fine.
So the reason why I'm playing this game too is what I do with my other people is kind of like a shady kind of game. So I did a spin on it for you.
Okay.
Yes.
But I ain't gotta be shady.
Yes.
Oh Lord. I think, yeah, but I think Coco will be fine. Just also, she's getting training by being a judge on the gig, but it'd be
Yes.
good to see her on the other side.
Any day now.
I think they'll love Annie Day. I think the only advice that I would probably give Annie is crossing her T's and dotting her I's when it comes to her clothing, because her clothing and ideas are sickening. But
Yes.
it's just like maybe this should be closed up this way. I had to learn some of those things too, because I was this girl who Jim Flint used to say, "Oh, I love to see her perform, but she always falls apart." So I needed to know what kind of hooking eyes I needed to use, what kind of zippers work best for me, what kind of closures might make this lay flat on me better because I'm a big girl, you know. So
Yes.
that would be the advice I would give her. But they love her. Yeah.
Black Magic's Royale.
Black Magic, I would her personality gonna get a 5 for 1. Just the way she is,
Yes.
the way she presents herself. But I would want Magic to critique her overall look more. People already love you, but the more you invest into your look, the better it'll be. Because Magic has already gained her respect from so many people just because she really did get it out the mud. Like she ain't had it easy. I
Yeah.
done watched her from day one when she came up to me and said she wanted to do drag when she was a big girl.
Mhm.
So that would be my only critique for her is to critique herself a little more when you getting up in and doing your things because her makeup gonna be nice, her hair gonna be nice. Y'all know how I am. I want some titties on, and sometimes you might
Yes.
need somebody on and wear something that's gonna be flattering for your shape and stuff. Sometimes we
Mhm.
be wanting to do stuff we ain't got no business doing.
Beatrix Oddity.
Beatrice, She got on kind of thing, so I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be them titties too with that. But we had that talk. We just had that
Yeah.
conversation at Savoy, and I made her think about some of the stuff we was talking about because I wanted to know.
Mm-hmm.
People thought I was like trying to be messy. I was like, I'm not being messy. I really want to know why y'all don't wear no titties. And we kind of got to it, and she was like, you know what? Okay. I was like, yeah, it might take a little more effort to put you a little bra on with some padding or something, or your costume might have to go another way. But that's gonna be them titties is gonna be a big thing for me with all of them. But that's just me. That's my thing.
Well, let's get into some of these. Before we get into gig contestants, I'm gonna put my name in there. I'm ready because you always give me advice all the time I see you.
I do, but like you have a different aesthetic as well, though. You know, because you coming at it in a different way.
Yes.
So that's why I don't be always wanting to, child.
I know because every time I see you, like, no, be working on this, but then you need to tune up right here.
Yeah.
But that's what I
But
do. That's what happens.
I'm not the type of person who just going around critiquing the girls either.
No,
Because I don't like being judged. Even though I did pageantry and stuff, I don't like being judged.
but I will say your advice has helped me throughout, like, going into this new like streaming platform.
And what I also be what we had a conversation about was because of Drag Race, so many people feel as though I have to have a breastplate or it has to be silicone this. Baby, we ain't have no money.
Yes,
We ain't have all of that. All this shit new.
they used to just wear the chicken
You wrap up some
stuff.
tissue, or you get I know girls who used to make titty cups out of rice and
I,
stockings.
I was about to say I know some people that do also like chicken like pads or whatever.
What they call chicken, the cutlets.
Yeah,
But those was even new back then, like enhancers, But it's so many different things. I used to have these foam cutouts that I would use to enhance me as well. I lost one at the Ren and I ain't made no more. I need to make some more. But
yes.
I think that it was just also about like how you gonna make this costume go with this bra.
Mhm.
Or if you had this dress, how do you make the titty cups just stay on there? Girls just do duct tape, adhesive them onto them. I mean,
I think what I have a problem with is when I'm wearing mine, especially because of some of the outfits I wear. People have to actually like be like, nope, put this over the bra. That's why I had to start changing the some of the bras that I use. So I have like four
mhm.
now.
So
Eh,
you have to have, and this is another thing. When people are getting things made, whatever under you, every drag girl should have an undergarment regimen. I don't care how big or small you are. You should have on a panty, a girdle, and a bra at least.
yes.
That and know what your shape and drag is for you.
Mhm.
And whatever you do to get that shape of drag for you, whether it's your padding, your hips, your stock, put all that shit on when you get your stuff made. Why are you getting stuff made to your boy body and then you put this other stuff on and then they don't fit right? How you ain't got no titties, but I keep seeing your nipple?
We still learning. We still learning. Yeah. That's all I can say.
That's my critique. I ain't got no business seeing your nipple because that should fit you.
Yes.
Why are you getting these too small clothes? Even if it means getting something bigger and getting somebody to take it in for you. And when we buying female clothing, most of the time you're gonna have to do that.
Yes.
Cause your body ain't broke down like a girl.
Are you ready for the next one?
Yeah.
Ferocious.
Ferocia. Ferocious good. She's just starting though, and sometimes I want her to wear. I would like to do a drag 101 with everybody. To be honest, I probably need to put on a class.
They probably let you have it at the Ren too.
And it's not because I did it before, like back in the day when I worked at Miracle of Love and we had the Gathering Center.
Mm.
But the reason why I kind of stopped it was because not everybody paint like me and look like me. I had to change my look. And everybody used to say, "Oh, child, you could tell she from Orlando, honey.
Mm.
You paint like Piggy." But but yeah, with Ferocia got some good ideas, especially when it comes to like clothing and her performances and stuff. I just want her to polish her look a little more.
Yeah.
Yeah. But she just started, child. So hell, I ain't come out. I'm still trying to make my look better and better every day. So
You learn something new every day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But she's a very beautiful girl.
Gemini Mogul. One of my favorites.
Yeah, I'm kind of a little biased. That's why I'll be a little harder on her. Because that's family. Like, remember I started on like my Tuesday night, I want to say, downtown. I remember her family came to see her perform. That's Marcy Baby. So that's family. But Remini, I love what Remini is doing, where she's going and how day by day she's getting better and better. Only critique I give Remini, sometimes I want her to pull her body up a little more. Mm-hmm. That thing I was telling y'all about, your pads should start where your belly button starts.
Yes.
That's where your female waist begins. Yeah, save room for the ovaries and the baby.
Yeah, that's why I learned when I'm doing like my padding, especially I have to pull this girdle up tight.
Yeah, and pull that shit up in there.
Yes.
The more you do that, the better you're gonna it make the leg look like a leg, you know. And put a panty on or something, because I hate seeing tights with a seam. Mm-hmm. And you doing something, you got a dress on. Make a panty to match your outfit, or at least keep a black panty. Mm-hmm.
Make sure you have panties on, is what Angelica is saying. Okay, Chanel Jaluna.
Chanel, I'm proud of Chanel. And I guess my advice for Chanel is don't let life put a chip on your shoulder. Mm-hmm. You ain't got nothing to prove to nobody but to yourself.
Yes.
She's getting better and better. Time after time, she get better and better. And so I'm proud of that. She got great fucking ideas when it comes to fashion, when it comes to even the stuff, the way she performed for her mm-hmm. little quirky way. One advice that I gave her was stop leading with your booty.
Yes.
And it's just in the way she presents herself. It's like she always turning to the side or something. And that could be your thing, but it's almost like you're giving us something, but you're trying to hide from your audience. Mm-hmm. Be forward with that. Give it to them. V. Bless V hard. That's my little baby. It's like V like the little engine that could. She talks too much shit sometimes, but you know, she's talented. She has great ideas. I love her. She's a mess, but I love her. So my advice to her is, girl, don't be so damn messy, this thing. It's cute sometimes, but not all the time. Yeah.
We saw on the gig what kind of edit she got. And she gonna be blaming on the edit. I said we saw when we watched the gig what kind of edit she got.
To be mindful of what you give them.
Okay, gender envy.
Gender, she's just a good girl. Like, oh, Gender. Of course, I'm gonna tell her to put on some titties sometimes, but she will give me a little bra action and stuff. So I'll be like, okay, okay. But even with like Gender, she's just starting, so she kind of remind me of what, like, even with Ferocious, like they just start, and so they just, if they already like this now, and
Let's
I
see
know
where
we're
they are
getting ready to get
5
to the
years
next one, Rain
later.
X too. It's like y'all just like this now. Imagine what you're gonna. It's something that Tasha Long told me. I had competed for Miss Continental Plus, and I didn't win. And it was a very hurtful year. It was like that year when I first had that lavender dress and did Storm and the X-Men and all this. And baby, we cut up. I didn't even make the top 5 and caught hell trying to get home. So when I did the show on that Tuesday afterwards, she said, well, look at it this way, baby. Will you be as good of a queen now as you will be in a year or two? Because you get better every year. And and hearing it from her, who ran several times before she won, I was able to take that and be like, you know what, you're right. I'm gonna be better in 2 years than I would. And I set out 2 years and went back and won. So when I look at Rain X, when I look at Ferocia, when I look at Gender, that's what I think about. V kind of in there, but V started a little before all of them.
Yeah.
V got a little more history than them when it comes to doing drag in Orlando, you know. But those 3, like, if they already like this, they're gonna be a problem.
You know, we already know like Radius is good with a someone bucket machine. I can tell you that.
Yeah. And I guess we did jump to her, but
Yeah, that was
Rainy,
Radix
the only
next.
advice I would give her is the same effort she put into her clothing, put into her makeup.
Mm-hmm.
Because, and we saw that over the gig, it gets better and better and better. Yeah.
Well, the last one who has been around in Orlando for quite a while, but was on the gig, Natalia Taylor.
Natalia, I guess my only advice for Natalia is kind of what I told her on the show. Because Natalia has been around and she's probably the oldest of them and was before their generation, but she was the baby of her generation.
Mm-hmm.
So she falls into a weird space. And then she started out as a little skinny twink, and now she's gotten older. So now she has a grown up shape because she's not
Yes.
big, you know, but she has to learn how to hone that shape in because she could
Mm-hmm.
be the finest one on y'all. Because she already paired the way she's supposed to. She need to pull them up a little more, and that's really just her tights need to be
Mm-hmm.
pulled up in her crotch a little more. That'll give her more leg and give her more hip. So it's just little critiques. You can't do nothing with her when it comes to makeup. She gonna be stamped on y'all regardless.
They always say
She
she
do
loves
got some
so good
nice
with
stuff.
makeup.
She has to stop overthinking it.
Mm-hmm.
Practice different reveals if she's gonna do those things. And be the polished bitch that she is.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that has been motherly advice straight from the lips of a legend. Words to live by, words to work by, and words to remember as these queens prep for that big stage.
Yeah. But all
But
of them are so good and I'm so proud of them.
well, thank you, Angelica. That's right.
Yeah. All of
You,
y'all. I'm really, because for a moment we were scared, like, girl, it ain't no drag in Orlando. Cause for a moment it got dry. And it was only just the black girls. Now we ain't hardly got no damn black girls, seem like. But
yeah, I know. Me and Kalia and Rem and I talk it all the time, and we're
yeah.
like, where do all the black girls
Where
go?
did they
What?
go?
Yeah.
Because at one time it was just all black girls. You couldn't find a white girl to say you like.
And now, and now it's sometimes like like Rem and I will say this because we've talked about this before, but Rem and I I talked about this during Remini's interview too. But Remini, me, and Kalia were like, sometimes we feel like we have to like fight for those gigs that the other races like get. And I know
And
you've seen that because we did talk about that
it's
before.
still there.
Yeah.
It's still there. It used to be a thing where we got one or two black girls on the show. That's all we need.
Mm-hmm.
No, I mean, are we booking a great show or not?
And that's why I
Everybody
said,
can't do the same thing on the show. And that's what really started bothering me at one time. It's like everybody was doing the same thing on the show. That's one
they're
reason why
all
I be like,
like,
fuck it, I'm gonna do a ballad because I know how to do a ballad.
that's why I'm like, they're all like bucking queens now. And I'm like, not
Everybody can't
everybody
book,
bucks.
but everybody can't book. Some of y'all doing it ain't got no business doing it.
That part.
Find your art and do your art.
I think what somebody told me, and I did mean to tell you this next time I saw you, but I'm going to tell you this during your interview. Somebody told me they're like, your costumes are great, your hair is great, but what I like about you is your stage presence the most. And I'm like, that's what got me almost tearing up the other day. And I was like, I
Guess
gotta tell
what?
Angelica this next time I see her.
Because that's what you want, most importantly. People don't give a fuck about what I'm wearing. I ain't, when you talking about looks and stuff, I ain't got no look. I don't think of myself like that. I think what I did for big girls was start showing them that you can dress like a small girl, or
Yes.
you could be sexy with the way you dress. We ain't always got to be in fringe. We can wear these little Fraggle Rocks and a heel, and I tried to show another look. But far as clothes and the way people like day drag, I'm kind of simple. I love a fabric gown. I love a high split. I like dressing up like a girl.
Yeah, that's the
I
part.
don't need all this stuff and hats and stuff and wigs all up out the here and lashes like this. Mm-mm.
I think the problem I got is it's more of like I have to with my boy body because I have muscle there. I have to like hide like a lot of it to get into that Samara form,
Mm.
which I also like about my
But
S.
that's
Yes,
the art of drag.
yeah.
That's the
People,
art of drag. It should be a transformation. And what are you willing to do for the transformation? And that was my question about even with the breasts and the hips and the things of that nature. Are we doing this because it's your aesthetic and that's just the way you feel and look when it comes to drag, or are you gonna get up in it?
yes. Well, Angelica, if you look at basically what are you most proud of from your entire drag career?
Hmm. I'm most proud that I've been able to do this, and I feel like people know the authentic Angelica through my artistry, through the way I've lived, through interactions with me. Yeah, I think that's it.
Getting to know the real Angelica, that's what it is.
Yeah, I think people have gotten to know me through my artistry.
Mhm.
Just song selections I may have chosen, the way I may have interpreted a song. Maybe you didn't hear it that way before. Maybe you ain't like the song until I did it. A lot of people used to tell me that about a lot of Beyonce songs I used to do. Girl, I ain't even listen to that song on the album. Girl, I ain't about that album.
Mhm.
I ain't like that until you did it. That's what we do. That's what drag
Yes.
is for.
Well, you have done drag so beautifully with heart, with grace, with fire, with fearlessness. I love you, you know I do. You are incredible. You are legendary. And from the bottom of my heart, thank you for being here. Allow me to interview you tonight. It has been an honor.
Oh, well, thank you. It's gonna come a time when people ain't gonna want it in the future. Hopefully, they'll always want to know. So, thank you so much for having me on your platform, and I appreciate you.
Yes, I loved having you here today.
I enjoyed it. Thank you.
Well, where can the dolls, the fans, and the future pageant queens follow you and keep up with all the things Angelica Sanchez?
Okay, you can follow me on Facebook under Angelica Michelle Jones. I also do have an Angelica Sanchez page, but I don't do too much on there. Just share stuff. Really, Facebook is for me to promote what I'm doing, but you can always catch me on Instagram, Angelica Sanchez 1107. And I'm gonna try and get on other social media.
Mhm.
I'm bad with social
No,
media.
see,
I need to get out there and put myself out there more.
mostly I be using Instagram because that's what most of these people would use, and then I use like,
I've
well,
never had a
luckily,
Snapchat.
that's what I was about to say. Facebook is connected to my Instagram, so it posts from somewhere
Hmm.
automatically.
Yeah.
But I never, so I use Snapchat sometimes, but the only real thing I use for is X. You know what I use X for.
Use X for? Oh,
Yeah.
Twitter. Oh, okay.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That ain't nothing but the porn site, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I've never had a Twitter. I've never had a
No, that's
Snapchat.
what Twitter is now.
But yeah, X is what Twitter was. Yeah. So, and I don't fuck with that Elon. But no X or Twitter, no Snapchat, no
I
TikTok.
use TikTok though. That's one of the ones I use.
I don't know. I always was scared of that TikTok shit. I don't know. But I do realize that I probably need to put myself out there a bit more.
Mhm.
But I am, like I told you, something that people probably don't realize. I'm very introverted.
Well, spooky fans, I will definitely be posting any like down in the description if you read down below where you can follow Angelica Sanchez.
Yes.
Well, to you, my spooky fans watching from the shadows and beyond the screen, thank you for tuning in to another powerful and unholy episode of Unholy Encounters.
All righty.
And until next time, stay spooky.